Did you know that Romans invented the lollipop? Hello everyone! I am finally back from vacation. Finally done relaxing and enjoying myself and not being at home and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually really glad to be back from vacation. It was fun, but it was also very tiring. But now I'm back and I'm ready to make videos and we have lots of stuff to talk about, believe it or not. However, before I get started, I have to say to the person who I was going to send the poster to, I think it was JVJ Blogster, I tried sending that poster away to you through the, the mail and everything, and for some reason, they told me that they wouldn't do it and they couldn't do it, and I have no idea why. They explained it to me and it made absolutely no sense. I really just think there was a lazy person working there. But, I can't really do anything about it. I'm sorry, man. But, yeah, you can just imagine the poster on your wall. Just be like, oh, man, look at that poster. It's nice. Yeah, I like that. So anyway, yeah, sorry about that, dude. I tried what I could and nothing worked. So you might see it on the wall behind me at some point, or I might just have to give it away to someone who I can physically see instead of mail to. Hands are going everywhere. Also, to everyone else, you may notice that I'm trying out background music on this thing. I don't know whether it's a good idea or not. I thought I'd try it out for this video. If you like it, comment down below and let me know, or wherever the thing is, below me, around me, or above me, as usual. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the description box. I've been away far too long. Far too long? See, I don't even talk normally anymore. But yeah, music. Let me know what you think. Alright, so we better get on to the first thing I want to talk about, because I got two-ish things I want to talk about. That's two-ish things I want to talk about. I say two-ish because really it's three, but the last two kind of tie in together, and then you won't really notice the seam, but whatever. So anyway, I got a moderator module a couple of weeks back, if you may remember, and I told you guys about it, and you guys, I asked you to comment on it and tell me what you wanted me to talk about, and it was weird, because for 3 weeks, nobody talked about it, even though, it's like, I told you guys to comment on it. It's like nobody listens to me. But anyway, when you guys did finally get to commenting on it, you suggested that I talk about motion controller stuff in the video game industry. And you were like, well, I don't really know if you're that into video games. I mean, it might not be your thing, but if it is, could you talk about motion controllers, maybe, Are you kidding me? I love video games. I mean, I'm not a total nerd, and I don't spend all my time doing it. I get outside, I get exercise and everything, but I love playing video games, so I am going to talk about motion controllers. And then another thing I got on the moderator module, I think, was that I need to talk about more meaningful stuff, so after this, we'll be talking about a more meaningful topic. Anyway, before I get talking about something else that's completely unrelated to motion controllers, let's talk about motion controllers in the video game world. If you have been following video game news in the video game world and have watched E3 coverage and all that, because I have, I mean, who doesn't, then you will know that Sony and Xbox and Wii now all have motion controller stuff. The PS3 is basically copying Wii with this controller that has what looks like a ping pong ball or something on the top, so it almost looks like a weird sex toy, really. But it pretty much is a Wii controller with a ball on the top of it, is what it really is, and it's really funny looking. And that's what they're saying is their new motion controller thing, and they're calling it an original idea, somehow. I'm not quite sure how they can do that and think that they'll get away with it, but that's what they're saying. And you play all your games with these controllers, and you're moving all over the place, and you don't just do stuff like... Oh, I got a kill. Yeah. Yes. What? What? That scared me, man. Now you're getting up and getting exercise, they say. And then you go over to Xbox, who has basically created an entirely new thing where it's a camera. Now wait a second. There was something, the iToy, Sony, I don't know, does anybody remember something like that? It's original, I don't know. Anybody? Anyway, Xbox is calling this camera totally original, and in a sense they can call it original because it is basically watching you, capturing every movement you do, and putting you on the screen playing games and doing all kinds of actually really cool stuff, I think. And again, no controller, no more sitting there like a little potato on a couch, losing your brains and turning yourself into a big pile of doggy poop. And to parents, I can see how this is very, very appealing because they want their kids to get up and get active. However, if you are a hardcore gamer, as in you play all kinds of shooting games, you play games that have been around since like the beginning of time and are, legendary, they're really good, they've always been controller-based games, and you just sit there and you play them, and that's the way they're meant to be played, that's the way that they're fun, then you will not buy in to motion at all. Ever. Like, it's not something you would do to play those games. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna get any of that motion stuff. I mean, the only reason I'm thinking about getting a Wii is for Super Mario Bros. Wii and the new Donkey Kong Country, which looks like freaking... But I would not get a motion controller for games that are not meant to be played with a motion controller. Now, obviously, the games that aren't meant to be played with a motion controller probably won't be enabled with that, but what I'm saying is, I hope that Microsoft and Sony realize that with these new gaming innovations that they're making, they are not catering to their biggest hardcore gamer fans. They are catering to little children and parents, because those are the people who are going to be using that kind of stuff, not hardcore gamers. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to get to. Everyone knows that BP is all over the news lately, and that everyone pretty much hates everyone who ever had anything to do with BP, which is what I kind of wanted to talk about, and I wanted to address something that's a little bit, you know, ticking me off kind of lately. Yes, BP has created a huge oil spill. Yes, BP is just a bunch of douchebags right now. And yes, BP does deserve to get a little bit of hate and boycotting. Probably a lot, actually. However, there are some people who work for BP, and the oil spill was pretty much not their fault in any way. They just happened to be working for the company when it happened. And they are not able to walk through the streets at night or anything because there's a chance of them getting killed or mugged or badly hurt. And it kind of pisses me off that these people really are not to blame for the spill, yet they are still getting blamed, and their life is actually at risk because of this spill, which they actually had nothing really to do with. Just because they worked for the company, their life is in danger. And I think personally that that is ridiculous, and that whoever is like putting these people's lives in danger needs to stop immediately, because it's really immature and it's really stupid. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, honestly, what's wrong with you? And now it's time for today's Support the Hater goes out to a YouTube user named The Bradley Jimmy Show. The Bradley Jimmy Show is, I don't know how old, joined YouTube May 6, 2010, and lives in the United States. The Bradley Jimmy Show left a comment on one of my videos saying, "Your videos suck! They are the stupidest videos ever. If you want a quality show, watch Fred. Yours are not funny. They never will be." It's probably the worst grammar I've ever read before. Okay, so first of all, Fred? Really? I mean, come on. Really? And second of all, my videos are not necessarily meant to be funny. I like to make them slightly entertaining when I'm talking about what I talk about. But the main idea of my videos is to get my opinion across to people all over the world, because I have an opinion and I would like to share it with people, and I would like everyone to hear that opinion, because I think maybe sometimes I might have something important to say, even though probably most of the time what I'm saying is garbage. But you know, it's just, it's not always about being funny for me. I do like to make it funny sometimes for people, because then they can enjoy watching it more. But really what it's about for me is the message getting across to people, the opinion that I have. So please support this hater, because they need all the help they can get. And now for today's shoutout. Today's shoutout goes out to a YouTube user named Fall to Grass. Fall to Grass was the 10th person to comment on my last video. Congratulations, Fall to Grass. Shoutout to you. Remember, if you'd like a shoutout on one of my videos, just be the 10th person to comment on this video, and I'll be sure to give you a shoutout in the next video. And if you'd really like to comment but don't have anything to say about anything else I've already said in this video, here is a weekly Would You Rather. Would you rather control the president with a motion controller, or control the president with your mind? Or you could just not control anything, you know. Either way, be more peaceful that way. Anyway, that's all I got to say for today and the rest of this week. I'm Isaac Oley, and it's really nice to see you guys again back on Rant. Comment and subscribe, comment and subscribe, comment and subscribe, and maybe favorite too.